Prabhupada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acharya Abhay Charana Vinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acharya Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Shri Prabhupada Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivash Adigaur Bhakta Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Shri Nachi Gopal Ji Ki Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ki Nitai Gaur Premananda All glories to us, all glories to us, all glories to us, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Gauranga, all glories to Shri Rasa. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Nirvishesha Srimati. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, 17th chapter entitled The Divisions of Faith. Tonight we are reading from text number 15. Anudvega karam bhakyam Satyam priyahitam chaya Swadhyaya bhyasanam chaiva Vangmaya tapa uchyate Anudvega karam bhakyam Satyam priyahitam chaya Swadhyaya bhyasanam chaiva Vangmayam tapa uchyate Anudvega karam bhakyam Satyam priyahitam chaya Swadhyaya bhyasanam chaiva Vangmayam tapa uchyate
Anudvega karam bhakyam
Hitam beneficial Cha also Yat which Swadhyaya of Vedic study Abhyasanam practice Cha also Eva certainly Bhakmayam of the voice Tapaha austerity Uchyate is said to be. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Austerity of speech consists in speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others, and also in regularly reciting Vedic literature. I'm sorry. Suddenly I started to have lots of coffee. One should not speak in such a way as to agitate the minds of others. Of course, when a teacher speaks, he can speak the truth for the instruction of his students, but such a teacher should not speak to those who are not his students if he will agitate their minds. This is penance as far as talking is concerned. Besides that, one should not talk nonsense. The process of speaking in spiritual circle is to say something upheld by the scriptures. One should at once quote from the scriptural authority to back up what he is saying. At the same time, such talk should be very pleasurable to the ear. By such discussions, one may derive the highest benefit and elevate human society. There is a limitless stock of Vedic literature, and one should study this. This is called penance of speech. Namo Vishnu Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityananda. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadvascha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhukevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakti Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Anudbega karambakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhaya bhyasanam chaiva vangmaya tapauchyate. Austerity of speech consists in speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others, and also in regularly reciting Vedic literature. In this particular chapter, Lord Krishna is describing about lifestyle in Krishna consciousness. In second chapter, Arjuna asked to Lord Krishna, I'm so sorry, that Sthita Pragnasya ka bhasha. What is the definition of someone who is situated in Krishna consciousness? Then he asked that how Krishna conscious person, Prabhasheta, how does he speak? And Brajeta Kim, how does he walk, travel? Kima Sita, how does he sit? And then, in this particular chapter, Lord Krishna is expanding on those subject matters. But same time, Lord Krishna is presenting these aspects in a different way. Lord Krishna is connecting these aspects with the austerity of the topic of austerity. Why? Because austerity or tapa is such a wonderful process that it consists of action, but action with lots of pain. And the dynamics of this action through pain ultimately purifies the executor, or one who is practitioner, or one who is doing that particular activity. And in 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna established the core concept of different kind of austerities. But he is telling those things in a more tangible way. The way we can measure them, count them, feel them, and also practice them in our everyday life. So in this particular chapter, Lord Krishna describes the austerities of your mind, speech, and body. So today we are discussing on the austerity of speech. Speech is one of the most powerful faculty in a human existence. It is more stronger than physical. Right? Just like you did something to someone, right? After, just like you pushed someone, or maybe you slapped someone. But after some time, or decourse of time, that person may not remember that action, right? It happens. But you said something to someone, good or bad, that person will remember. Yeah, Prabhu, remember 15 years ago, you inspired me in Vrindavan so much by a simple few words that changed my life, my outlook towards Krishna consciousness. Right? Just few words, such an impact. After 15 years later, the person who heard those words is getting back to you and saying, Prabhu, you said simple few words that changed my life. And Srila Prabhupada is pointing out in this particular purport that we are responsible to our words, the way we present things, and that way we are responsible towards the peace and harmony in the society. Actually, speech are those words which reflects your personality. Srila Prabhupada is writing in the 2nd chapter, Sthita Pragnasya ka bhasha, samadhistasya keshava, in that verse. I don't remember that number of the verse, maybe 65. 69, like something like that. That it's very difficult to understand one person from, externally. But once he opens his mouth, at once you can understand where he is, what he is. In this relation, I remember one story. Long ago, there was a big kingdom, and the king had one daughter, and that princess was very scholarly personality, very scholarly, and she took a vow that I will marry that individual, that man, who will defeat me in Shastric debate. So then thousands of Pandit, Brahmana took the challenge, and unfortunately they failed to defeat her. So then after a few years, all those scholarly personalities, they decided we have to do something. Then one of them came up with a great idea that we have to find out one fool and somehow or other got that person married with this lady. And that time, this is not that time, this is a Vedic culture that very qualified people, they don't speak much. This is a Vedic culture. They are very qualified, very enlightened personalities. If you ask them one question, they will just indicate. Very interestingly, you can find this kind of practice in our Acharya's commentaries, especially Sridhar Swami's commentaries. When I was studying Bhagavatam in Govardhan, under guidance and shelter of Shishima Gopinadhan Prabhu. So I asked him, Prabhu, why Sridhar Swami's commentaries are that abridged? He just gave one little indication, and later on many acharyas, they expanded, elaborated on those indicative points. Then you say, actually, Sridhar Swami was old school Vedic commentator. So he believed in that culture, that very enlightened, qualified people, they just give one little indication. And many other enlightened people, they will understand that indication and they will elaborate. So that time, the very qualified people, they will speak very little. They will just make indication like this. And other qualified people in the audience, they will interpret their signals. And that's the way the communication would be established. So one day, those people who were defeated by the princes, they was traveling the kingdom and found one man is cutting the tree, and he's cutting the branch, and he was sitting on that branch and he's chopping that branch. And they asked, hey brother, what are you doing? And he replied, don't you see, I am chopping the wood. And they asked him, do you know you are sitting on the branch you are cutting? He said, yes. So they understood he's a right candidate. So they train him up a little bit, that don't speak nothing. Speak nothing. You have to visit one very wonderful, qualified, beautiful lady. She will ask you many questions. And what you have to do? Wave your hand, raise your finger, nod your head. And he did. And because the lady was very qualified, very educated, she interpreted those in her own way and came up with the idea, this man is a perfect, qualified person. Educated person. and qualified to be my husband. So she wished to get married with that man. And then, at the night of marriage, while they were leaving, suddenly there was a huge noise, very weird noise coming through the window. And the princes were asking that man, my dear husband, what is that? And that man, in reply to her question, his wife's questions, he replied, Utra, Utra. That was the camel. He wanted to say Ushtra because he was that fool that he didn't know how to pronounce Ushtra. He said Utra. And the lady got a big shock. Oh my God. I thought he's a learned, qualified person. He's a fool. And she immediately rejected her husband. Later on, that person evolved into Kalidas, a great, great, great poet, and wrote many wonderful books, poetry composed, Kumar Sambhavam, Megdutam. Megdutam is a famous among all the lovers of India, world. Megdutam is the most inspirational composition of poetry. So that is the power of speech. That's why Srila Prabhupada is saying that we should be very careful towards ourselves, towards others, and also towards the society. We're responsible. So that's what we have to do. We have to do the austerity. And why austerity? Because unfortunately, this is our natural propensity to do all those things. At least it's my propensity to do all those things which are forbidden in the shlok of Bhagavad Gita when I speak. First is anudbegakaram. We should speak, yes, but we should not speak that way that others' mind is getting agitated. So we should be very careful. Just like in Srimad Bhagavatam, you will see in the assembly of Daksha, when Daksha entered, he found that Lord Shiva was present in the assembly while he was not invited. And because Lord Shiva's position was much, much, much higher than his father-in-law, Daksha, so Lord Shiva didn't rise, didn't stand up while Daksha was entering the assembly. But Daksha took it his behavior, Lord Shiva's behavior, in a very different point of view. He took his behavior to very mundane point of view, that I am his father-in-law, like his father, and he's not showing respect to me. And because also he had some anger in his heart for Lord Shiva, you know what happened. He stood up and said all kinds of unfortunate things. So what we should do? We should be very careful. This is for everyone at your home, office. But sometimes we say things like that. Once, Srila Prabhupada, he was in Mayapur and he summoned 4 of his disciples. I will not name them. A couple of them, they already left their bodies. In 1972, there happened something, some misunderstanding was going on in ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada wanted to address the situation. And when they entered the room, Srila Prabhupada started to shouting at them. And it was so heavy, so heavy, so heavy. The four of them got completely frozen. You know, they couldn't move, they couldn't breathe, they couldn't blink their eyes, and Srila Prabhupada continued chastising them, shouting, screaming. Srila Prabhupada's body was shaking, and Srila Prabhupada was using all kinds of words. They are not very palatable to heart. And then, at one point, Srila Prabhupada stopped and looked at them, and Srila Prabhupada again screamed and roared, "Get out of my sight!" One of them, he was a wrestler, he's a big, tall personality. No one could move. Srila Prabhupada said, "What happened? Get out of this room." So all four of them, just spiritual master's instruction, they crawl their hands and get out of the room. And one of them passed urine. Srila Prabhupada was that heavy. And that moment, Srila Prabhupada's sister, Bhavatarini Devi, she appeared in the scene. She said, "Why you are chastising my children?" Srila Prabhupada said, "They are doing big mistakes." And Bhavatarini Devi said, "Oh, you never committed mistake in your life? Huh? Do you like me to share with them?" Then that happened in the late morning. Whole day, no one found Srila Prabhupada in temple premises, in Mayapur construction area. No one. No one saw Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada just got disappeared. So, because Srila Prabhupada was that heavy in the morning, no one dared to ask. So, at night, Bhavatarini Devi suddenly entered Srila Prabhupada's personal room and found Srila Prabhupada is sitting in one corner on his chair, and Srila Prabhupada is weeping, crying. Then Bhavatarini Devi asked, "What happened?" And Srila Prabhupada said, "Do you think I feel pleasure by shouting to these kids? I'm the spiritual father, Guru, and I have to do this thankless, rude service to them. If I don't correct them, they will be the future leader of ISKCON. If I don't correct them this way, they will not learn. But it's so much painful to me, to my heart." So that's why Srila Prabhupada is telling us that Udvekara Vakya, agitating words, only can be spoken by Guru. Not others. And Guru means Guru like Srila Prabhupada, who has lots of love. Just like sometimes you are all parents, right? Sometimes you chastise your kids, but you feel so much pain. And they never mind. Yeah, initially they rebel and they say so many things, but again, it gets back to you. Ask for a little huggy, right? So this is Anudvegakaram Vakyam Satyam. We have to speak which is truth, not butter laga diya. That's not good. You know. Sometimes people, I've seen devotees, or in general people, they speak so ornamentally. They say, "Oh Prabhu, you are this, you are that." They put so much sugar Sometimes we hide things, right? We don't tell the truth. But I give you an example of this truth. How we should speak truth. Once, before the Kurukshetra war broke out, Gandhari decided to open her eyes because she was covering her eyes because her husband was blind. And just for a moment, after marriage, she never had a look towards this world. So she asked Duryodhana to see her. And Duryodhana didn't know how to take this opportunity. So Duryodhana came to Lord Krishna and he said, Krishna, can you please help me? Please tell me, how should I approach to my mom? Because this is a very special occasion. And Lord Krishna knew everything. Lord Krishna knew why Gandhari is doing that. What is the intention of Gandhari? So Lord Krishna says, I will suggest you to approach your mom without clothes. Just get naked and approach your mom. And it was big shock for Duryodhana, shock for anyone. So Duryodhana, he thought, he's an intelligent man. So what I will do, I will wear a shorts, I will cover my thigh from my navel and thigh with a clothing, and then I will approach my mom. And he did that. And when Gandhari found Duryodhana covering his waist, Gandhari broke out in tears. And Gandhari said, my dear child, what had you done? This mistake will be cause of your death. But though Lord Krishna knew that if Lord Krishna would tell if Duryodhana would take Lord Krishna's instruction as it is, it would be impossible for Bhima to kill Duryodhana. Impossible. Because Duryodhana is not an ordinary person. He was a student of Balaram. Oh. Now Balaram is the best clubman. He is the most expert person to fight with club. So that kind of truth, Srila Prabhupada and Acharyas, they integrate. Then Hitam, Anudbegam Karam Bhakyam Satyam Priya. Priya means very palatable to ears. So once, when Jayadev, Srila Jayadev Goswami, he compiled his Gita Govinda and it was published, and everyone was appreciating his compilation, his poetry, compilation. And then one group of people, Pandits, they became very envious to him. And they studied his works very carefully and found lots of grammatical mistakes. So they complained to the king that this kind of literary work cannot be adored, cannot be heard, or cannot be restored in society because there are many mistakes. But the king was very intelligent. The king said, okay, let's try, let's see who is who. So the king called both of the parties, both parties means Kavi Jayadev and the other scholarly persons. And in front of him, there was one tree. It got dried up. It didn't have any leaves. It's just a piece of dry wood. Then the king requested the group of scholarly, grammatically proficient brahmanas or pandits, you sirs, can you please describe the status of this dead tree? They say, yes. Very simple. So they mentioned one little sentence. Shushkam kashtam tishtati agre. A dry piece of wood standing in front of me. It's true. And then the king looked at Kavi Jayadeva. He said, please, Jayadeva Goswami, you please. So Jayadeva Goswami said, Maharaj, Nirasa taruvara tishtati agre. Same thing. Shushka means which does not have any rasa. Ras means that juice, live juice. Right? Nirasa means doesn't have any juice. Shushkam. Shushkam means dry. Nirasa means dry. But Priya, it should be palatable to your ear. So that's why his composition, Nirasa Taruvara, though this is a dead tree, but he is describing that piece of wood as a Tarubara. Taru means tree and Bara means beautiful tree. That beautiful tree which lost its live juice is standing in front of me. And they are saying, Shushkam Kashtang, a dry piece of wood standing in front of me. So that is one graphic example of Priya. And Hitam means one should speak for good. But all of these things can be possible when you are connected with Shastra. When our intelligence is cleansed every day with the soap of Shastra. That's why Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here in this purport that also one should not speak nonsense, loose talks. Whenever we speak, we give example of Shastra. Just like you see if you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavad, there is one episode where it's not episode, it's a chapter, but a particular scene was highlighted in that chapter. That was when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to Gaya to perform the Shraddha ceremony for his father, departed father. And he accepted Krishna consciousness. And then in the morning, the devotees of Navadvip, they got assembled in Shivas Thakur's courtyard to pluck flowers. And there you see the conversations. So Shivas Thakur is telling others that we are so happy that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit, now is a devotee. And what he did, he said, Gotram na vardhadam iti. Well, our team, our Gotra means a community. This way our community is getting bigger. But this is a part of one Upanishad. He mentioned, he was telling simple thing, but just giving an example from Upanishad. So that helps us to get connected every day with Shastra, helps us to enlighten our intelligence with Shastra, and when we have that enlightenment, the light is on, it's not very difficult for us to speak all these things. Anudvega karam vakyam, satyam, priya, hitam. And for that, we have to do everyday swadhyaya, abhyasanam. Swadhyaya means reading. Once, one book distributor asked Srila Prabhupada that how he was in library party, that how one person who is busy traveling every day for book distribution, library party, how I can do my swadhyaya because I have not much time. Srila Prabhupada said, even a text, Bhagavad Gita, read the translation and the Bhava once a day. But sadhyaya does not end here. Srila Prabhupada said 3 things. One is adhyayam, then smaranam. After that, recapitulation is very important. That's the way you be connected. We can be connected with the divinity of Shastra. So this way, we can, this process can help us to help ourselves and help others to build a stronger, healthier, happier community. Because the community, the temple we have, it's not made out of wood, stone or brick. It's made out of the hearts of devotees. Each and every devotee is the brick of this temple. Doesn't matter how new you are. You are here, you love Srila Prabhupada, you are the most important part of this community, in this temple organization. So you are healthy, I am healthy. You are happy, I am happy. So this is the concept of a community. Mutual, mutual dependence. So thank you so much for tolerating me. You know that I'm a less intelligent person, and some or other, by becoming merciful upon me. Shampun Prabhu asked me to give class. I know nothing about Shastra. I'm just repeating Srila Prabhupada's words. So please forgive me if I hurt you in my words. So does anyone have any question? We can take it. We have 5 minutes. So any question, any comment, any correction?